Hi, I'm Deana and this is my channel Deana's Detours. I wanted to try this video style where I talk about stuff over a digital art screen recording. If you couldn't tell already, this was Star Wars inspired. I really love Star Wars. Star Wars, especially the original trilogy, has a very, very special place in my heart. So when I grew up, VHS and VCRs were still a thing. I really don't feel that old, but I swear when I talk about technology, I feel pretty ancient. I'm still in my 20s, which I guess for modern day standards is still pretty young, but hot dang, technology makes time fly. Anyways, I grew up with a VCR and we didn't have cable growing up, which really didn't matter since my parents didn't allow us to watch TV or movies during the week. And it's weird because thinking about the amount of TV shows I watch now, I really wonder what I did with all my time as a kid. Was I just studying or drawing, reading, playing in the dirt? I really can't figure it out. But we did have Friday nights as movie nights, and it was the one night of the week where we got to pick out any movie we wanted and just stare at the television screen. As a kid, I think I had a collection of maybe 10 VHS movies, which pretty much included Disney movies, Land Before Time, and then the OG Star Wars trilogy. Now thinking back on it, I think Star Wars was the only real people movies that we had. I used to watch a lot more cartoon-based movies, so Star Wars was pretty much my version of Hollywood influence as a child. I guess I'm just trying to explain how important Star Wars is in my life. I've seen the first 3 movies at least 100 times, and I recently rewatched all 3 of them since it was May the 4th about a month ago, which inspired this Star Wars drawing. So I think it's been at least maybe 5 years since I watched the original trilogy, and it's weird rewatching these movies now as someone who edits and creates videos. It really has changed my perspective on films. I can't watch a movie now without noticing the transitions, the movie choices, the scene cuts, and these little details I'd never consciously noticed before. So rewatching the Star Wars films made me appreciate these movies in a very different way. As a kid, I was obsessed with Return of the Jedi. That one was my favorite. I've probably watched that one way more than the other 2. And as a kid, I just loved the epic Jabba the Hutt scenes. Then there's cute Ewoks who help Princess Leia. And you can't forget Princess Leia's hot 2-piece prisoner costume. And then I loved how that movie ended on a happy note with the rebels winning. So, I don't know, it was definitely a childhood favorite of mine. As a kid, it was so epic and entertaining, and I still love it. But I think I've learned to love The Empire Strikes Back a little more as an adult. As a child, it was probably my least favorite of the 3, and I really don't know why, but I didn't enjoy it as much. However, watching it as an adult, my opinion has completely changed. I think the different scenes and the location choices and build of this movie is just epic. The Empire Strikes Back when it opens with the epic scene on Hoth, and then the introduction of Yoda, the romantic relationship with Han and Leia growing, the floating city. I feel like there's just so many iconic moments in The Empire Strikes Back, and it's just a very beautiful film. I feel like there's a little more depth in this movie with Luke's visions and Leia feeling the Force. I have such a greater appreciation and respect for this movie now as an adult. I think the funniest part in The Empire Strikes Back is how Lando keeps calling Han, and it goes back and forth, and some of the other characters end up calling Han, and it gets a little confusing in this movie. Yeah, so I just wanted to talk about how much I love Star Wars and my feelings toward it now. I felt like it was applicable since I'm drawing Star Wars right now. Anyways, I should probably talk about this drawing. So to sum it up, I pretty much just want to be a Jedi, and I've always wanted to be a Jedi since the age of 5, I think. I feel like that's the earliest memory I have where I had a stick and I'm running around the living room. So now I just draw myself as a Jedi to live out this childhood fantasy, and I guess it's kind of still an active dream of mine. So getting back to the drawing, I realized after I finished screen recording that the lightsaber wasn't straight, so I edited that off screen recording, and then I realized I wanted a purple lightsaber and not a green one. So the final picture is a little different in coloring, but it was a pretty easy fix. I was pretty happy with how this digital art sketch painting thing turned out, and I hope you like this style of video. This is my first time trying it out, so we'll see how it goes. Let me know your favorite Star Wars film in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, all that jazz for some more artsy stuff. Thank you so much for watching and getting this far. I will see you next time. Bye!